will become perfect. By 30% in first month. Shivansh, how can you master in percentage by only watching one video? By just video watch karne se, you will not become master. You need to practice. You need to solve questions. So please solve questions. Ask doubts. No problem. Can non-engineer get 100% in quants? Technically yes, and practically also I have seen many. How to bring more conceptual clarity? Ask question. Why this? Why that? Why this way? What if that? What if that? ठीक है ना? Successive एक बार. ये successive ही है निश्चित. So I have used the multiplying factor here. If you want to use successive in this scenario, then club 2 at a time. Let's do this in this order only. So what do we want? The net change should be 0, right? So in this case, the net change should be 0. So if I club the first two, so 30 plus 20 plus 30 into 20 by 100, right? That makes it how much? This is 6 and this is 56. So this total becomes 56. Fine. Now 56 and minus 30, you can club them, you will get a single value, and then that single value clubbed with x, you should get 0. That's it. Isn't it? So let me club 56 and minus 30 if you club, what will you get? The value will be, let me write here, this will be 56 minus 30 minus 56 into 30 by 100. Isn't it? That is going to be something in decimals. Let's simplify. So 0 will be cancelled. 56 into 3 is how much? 150 and 18, 168, 16.8. So 30 कम करेंगे तो 26. So 26 minus 16.8. 16 गया तो बचा 10. 10 में से 0.8 गया. That is 9.2. So finally I'm left with 9.2. And this minus x, club them and that should be 0. So final expression becomes, so the final expression looks something like this. This 9.2 minus x minus 9.2x by 100, and that should come out to be equal to 0. Simplify and get the value of x. That's your answer. Okay, copy pasted. Shivansh and Jatin. ये spammers वाला काम तो नहीं है. 3-4 सेशंस परसेंटेज पे लेने चाहिए ताकि ज्यादा क्लैरिटी हो एंड हम वेरी टाइप्स ऑफ क्वेश्चंस से कैसे डील करें. सी फॉर दैट यू नीड टू प्रैक्टिस जस्ट बाय सीइंग द वीडियोस. क्या होने वाला है? सी माय डॉटर इज स्टडीइंग इन क्लास 10th राइट नाउ. स्कूल में पढ़ते नहीं है आजकल. सो व्हाट डू दे डू एट द टाइम ऑफ एग्जाम्स आर गोइंग ऑन नाउ डेज. सो व्हाट डू दे डू? यूट्यूब पे देयर आर सो मेनी टीचर्स. तो पट 1.5x 1.2x एंड सो मेनी वीडियोस बट दे डोंट प्रैक्टिस. सो बाय लैक ऑफ प्रैक्टिस यू विल बी अनेबल टू सॉल्व क्वेश्चंस ऑन योर ओन. सो क्लैरिटी विल बी देयर ओनली इफ यू सॉल्व क्वेश्चंस. ठीक है ना? Just by seeing the videos, लगेगा अरे हाँ ये तो आसान है, अरे हाँ ये तो आसान है. But while solving, you won't be able to do much if you won't practice on your own. At least this mathematical part. Yes, solving is very important, and whenever there is some doubt, you should certainly ask. Okay, let's start now. अब start करें. Ready? Unable to complete assignments? Don't worry. Whatever. See, there is lot of study material available on your iContact dashboard. So I'm sure that is going to be a problem for many of you that you are unable to solve everything. But don't worry. Be consistent. So start. Should we start today's topic? Ready? Okay. Thank you. So profit and loss, and as somebody said in the beginning, so we are going to increase our profit and decrease the loss in our understanding. Fine. Reduce the brightness. ये brightness का क्या issue है यार? ये फोटो पे कुछ गड़बड़ आता है. Let's see in the next slide if it is fine or not. कुछ कम करने की जरूरत है क्या? Is it fine? Brightness is okay? Tube light बंद कर दें. Okay, let me try. Better? ठीक है, let's start now. So most of you, when I asked that you have seen the 2 non-engineering videos based on profit and loss, so you are all familiar with these terms. So quickly tell me, what is CP? It's cost price, right? Cost price, कौन से price को बोलते हैं? Which is the cost price? The price at which the trader purchases the goods. जो सामान बेचने वाला है, shopkeeper है, दुकानदार है, whatever person is, the price at which that particular person purchases the goods. That is called the cost price. ठीक है? And SP is selling price. So selling price is the price at which that trader sells the object, right? That means this is the price at which a customer purchases. Yes, buying price. Yes, we can say it. It is a buying price at which a customer buys the article or product. Fine. Okay. So now this P refers to profit. How is this profit related to the CP and SP? How this profit is related to CP or SP?
So, in case you don't understand, see, the matter is...
Yes, it is a difference. It is a difference between SP and CP. So profit is determined by SP minus CP. So if SP is more than CP, in that case we are going to have profit. See, I am writing these expressions, these equations for that purpose only, because while solving questions, we should be able to replace profit by SP minus CP, or we should be able to write that SP is basically CP plus profit, isn't it? right? So SP is equal to CP plus profit. Yes, Pragya has written that. Nice. So we must be able to visualize that and use that.
Right. This is
Okay, let's move further. So L refers to loss here. So loss will be there if cost price is more than selling price. So CP minus SP, right? So in that case, SP could be CP minus loss as well, right? So if it's a situation of loss, in that case, SP will be basically CP minus loss. ठीक है ना? Okay, so next, how to calculate profit percentage? How to calculate profit percentage? It is going to be profit, that is SP minus CP, profit as a ratio of CP, right? As a ratio of CP always. I told in that non-engineering video as well. For our questions based on quant, ठीक है, practical uses में कौन कैसे profit calculate करता है, कैसे percentage calculate करता है, that thing may vary. I have in so many years I have heard many different views of many students that in that particular field they calculate profit percentage in this way or that way. But in our quant questions in CAT, we will always calculate profit percent or loss percent at cost price. ठीक है, in certain questions it may be given some other way. In that case we need to be careful. Otherwise profit or loss it will be calculated always on CP. So profit, that is SP minus CP upon CP into 100, that is profit percent. Same way loss percent will be loss, that is CP minus SP upon CP into 100. ठीक है ना? So most of the times we also we can write here SP minus CP also. ठीक है, तो don't bother by that. अगर ये loss percent हम negative दिखा रहे हैं, that means negative percentage change means loss is there. Positive percentage change is there, that means profit is there. All these things are clear. These are very basic thing. Now move further. What is markup? ये markup किसका difference था?
all right.
हाँ, दोनों में CP से ही compare करना है मनस्वी. Profit और loss percent will be compared with CP always. कि CP से कितना ज्यादा we have earned, CP का कितना percent profit हुआ है, या CP का कितना percent loss हुआ है. Now coming to mark price. Yes, MP minus SP is not correct. Devanshu, it's MP minus CP, right? It's MP minus CP.
See.
This is MP minus CP. That is mark price. Mark price का मतलब है कि CP को कितना increase किया है, right? CP को कितना increase किया है to reach to the mark price. This MP is the mark price. So mark price कौन सा price होता है? Mark price. The price which is quoted to the customer, which is visible to the customer. Customer को ये price दिखाया जाता है. Fine. So this price is shown to the customer. So customer is able to see this mark price. And customer, whenever customer is bargaining on the price or bargaining for some discounts, so customer always asks discount on this mark price. Right? So this mark price is the price which customer is able to see. So certainly it should be more than cost price. And how much more it is, that is known by the term markup. Fine. Yes, MRP also, most in general retail value or something, in general value, in general use it, we call it MRP also. Tagged price, list price, these are some different terms that may be used, but in general we use it MP, mark price. Fine. Now, what is D? D refers to discount here. How to calculate this discount? Discount किस के बीच का difference है? Yes, discount is the difference of mark price and selling price. As I said earlier, that customer is being shown this mark price. So now whatever amount from this mark price he is able to bargain to get to purchase the article at selling price, that difference is known as discount. ठीक है ना? So that discount is basically the difference of mark price and selling price. Fine? And final term, discount percent. How to calculate discount percent? So as earlier, discount, that is mark price minus selling price. And this will be compared with what? What will come in denominator? It is going to be mark price into 100. Fine? So these are all the basic terminologies. We have also discussed all these things in your that non-engineering video. And how all these things are related, we have just seen all the relations also. Fine? Any confusion or any doubt here?
This is the front end, this is the rear end, front end, rear end. Front to front, if you move...
Saying Ishani, why not SP? What's your question? Please write again, Ishani.
If you calculate from rear to
Why mark price? What is the difference between MP and SP? That's discount. That's discount, Meenakshi.
now it's clear to everyone.
Clear? Alisha is asking difference between MP and SP. Yes, difference between MP and SP. That is a discount. There is some article at the market, there is a tag, let's say 100 rupees. And you get you bargain it, I'm going to pay 70 rupees for that. Right? So how much discount have you got?
We'll consider point.
Yeah, so 100 rupees mark price tha, there was tag of 100 rupees. 100 rupees. But you bargained further to get the product at 70 rupees only. So this was the mark price and this is the selling price at which you have purchased. So how much discount have you got? The difference between them. Fine? So MP minus SP, that is the discount. Fine? Yes, because we get discount on the MP, so that's why how much percent discount we have got. So we will compare with, we will divide with MP.
Let that length be capital L. Let that length be capital L.
आगे चलें, is it fine?
क्या हो गया? ये पूरा समझा दिया था मैंने, उसी पे आगे जाते हैं.
What is markup? Somebody was asking. Markup, I told you, markup is the difference between MP and CP. Yes, mark price is the amount written on the price tag, exactly.
If the train
Okay, let's move further now. So now in the next slide, you are to answer questions based on all these terms. Okay? So here is the screen. So here you are able to see a table, cost price, selling price, profit or loss, and percentage profit or loss that you have to calculate. So I'm naming these are different questions. So this is A, this one is B, C, D, E, and F. There are 6 questions. So write your answers one by one. First for A, then B, C, D, E, and F. Write your answers in comments. I'm giving you 2-3 minutes.
So now if the train crosses the platform, total distance traveled by train will be its own length plus the length of the platform. Right? यहाँ से इधर जाएगी पूरा क्रॉस कर जाएगी. So if
पूर्ति मार्जिन भी कभी इसी मार्क प्राइस को बोल देते हैं.
when it moves here and
Margin is also used for same term.
the front end would be here now the moment it crosses. So how much distance it traveled? 1800 plus L. Is that clear? Just look at the front end. Just look at the front end. So यहाँ से यहाँ जाने में कितना travel किया? The whole platform plus its own length. So 1800 plus L is total distance traveled. And in this case,
Okay, let's fill A first. So A में 20% loss है. This is minus 20. Fine. So loss जो है minus 20%. 20% of what?
25 meter per second.
Cost price. Right. So 100 rupees loss. So this is loss of 100 rupees. So I should write, let's say, minus 100. Right. That is loss. So selling price would be 400. Perfectly fine. Next one now.
Multiplying 25 and 80, we get 2000.
Now this 25% is profit. Selling price is given. Yes, cost price would be 400. Most of you are writing. अच्छा C पे पहुंच गए कई लोग. Pranav, what is the difference between MP and SP? That is discount. Okay, C पे पहुंच गए काफी लोग. So that's perfectly fine. So here 400 is CP, on which 25%, that is 100 rupees, the profit, which makes the selling price as 500. Good. Yes, many of you have got this answer correctly. See now, 10% profit है, and the 10% is 30.
Good everyone. दिव्यांश, train अगर चलो train किसी cyclist को इंसान को चिड़िया को
Nishit, see na, by adding 50% profit in CP, you are getting 500. CP, this is the B part, CP plus 25% of CP. That is basically 5 by 4 of CP is equal to 500. Right? On simplification, you can find easily that CP is 400. Okay, now in the C part, 10% of CP is 30. So CP comes out to be 300 and SP 330. Wonderful, many of you have got it correctly. कई लोग तो D, E तक पहुंच चुके हैं. D, CP 200. Yes, clearly profit is 200 rupees. It's a profit and 100%. E now. Harsh. Yes, 7 by 16 was to be used. Nice. So 7 and 23. We need to make use of the fact, if you are able to identify, this 43.75 is basically 7 by 16. Final one is quite easy. Again, it's a case of profit, 110. SP is 310. Of course, CP must be 200. Right? Now you can easily calculate the profit percentage. It is 100 divided by 200 into 100. That makes it 55. Pranav, I am asking the definition. What definition, Pranav? Please ask your question again. You're asking about the difference between MP and SP, na? Okay, we have solved all these questions. If anyone is having any difficulty in any of them, please write. I've written all the values here. You can compare your values. Yes, I'm moving to next, but before that, any questions? Venkat, Nandita, explain in 3, yani option C. C तो simple सा था ना, Nandita. 30 rupees is the profit, and which is 10% of CP. Yes, Aditi, you are right. So, to think about this is a tedious task.
Jeevan, this guy, ran on a still train of infinite length for an hour.
आदित्य सिंह B में 5 by 4 CP कैसे आया? भाई 25% का profit है ना? In B, we are having 25% profit. So if you add 25% to CP, how much you will get? 25% is 1 by 4. So what is 1 plus 1 by 4? That is equal to 5 by 4. Isn't it?
I made this question yesterday because this question can actually build.
Yes, Chintan. 43.75% is 50% minus 1 by 16. Yes, that was the key point.
How many of you could not?
Is it okay? Disha is asking explain C. Ayushi is saying E. Okay, C and E. Let's see C again. C तो बहुत आसान है, C में क्यों difficulty हो रही है? Let me erase this and check it again. I'm erasing this C part. So these were the values given. See, everyone be careful here. All questions are of similar type. If you understand even one question, then all are done. Then all are done. It's not possible कि एक में doubt है दूसरे में नहीं. It's same thing. Now see here in the C part, 10% profit percentage is given, right? So ये profit percentage जो है 10%. 10% of what? It is of cost price. Fine. So cost price का 10%. 10% of cost price is equal to 30. That is given. So if 10% is 30, then 100% of cost price would be how much? See, if 10% of certain thing is 30 rupees, right? I'm talking about the C part, this third question here. If 10% is 30, can you tell me what will be the 100%? It's simple unitary method. It's 300. Fine? That's it. So if 10% is 30, then 100% is 300. And SP is simply sum of CP and profit. That comes out to be 330, right? B, I have already explained here. This one is B OM. Those who are having any confusion in B, this is written for the B part. In B, it was given that 500 is SP, and SP, we know it includes profit. Let me write it again. Okay, wait. I'm writing this B part again. Let me erase this part also in B. I don't know these values. So in B part, only this is given. SP is given and profit percentage is given, right? Pranav, the definition of MP and SP is MP is amount of goods sold and SP is also referred to buying price. What is the difference between them? MP is not the amount for which the goods are sold, Pranav. MP is the price which customer is able to see, the price which is shown to the customer. So if the customer gets certain discount on that MP, so then that discounted price, that final price, that is called SP. So sometimes it may happen that MP and SP are same if there is no discount. Fine? That is the difference between MP and SP. That's why it was written as discount. Okay? See, in the B part, SP, we had talked about this earlier. See, those who are having a doubt in this B part, please see here carefully again. So we know that SP is equal to CP plus profit. Is it fine? Is it fine?
There's one thing which I have not mentioned, but it's obvious that speed of G1 is more than speed of train. Okay. Here's what we have with this.
That is perfectly fine, Kunal. You are doing right. But we should understand why 125%. Question will be that, no? That point is fine. SP is CP plus profit. I do not know CP. I do not know profit. Right? Both the values are missing. But I know that profit is profit percent of CP. And profit percent is given in this case 25. Right? Profit is 25% of CP. So it comes out to be CP plus 25% of CP. Is it fine now? ठीक है ना? So now 25% is simply 1/4. If you want to write in decimals only, then also there is no problem. So if you want to write in decimals only, then also there is no problem. 25% means 25 by 100 or 0.25. That comes out to be 1.25 CP.
So in the previous class,
is it fine?
if you remember, there were two different cases. In one case, two independent objects. Yeah, I'm telling. Wait. Listen to me. So the two cases.
Yes, multi-time factor we have used now. 10% is 30, 100% is 300, and 300 ka 1.1 times, that is 330. So this B part is clear or not? In this B part, if there is any doubt, please ask.
Right.
Fine?
And second case is
ठीक है, अब हम आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let's solve more questions. So this was just basic exercise to become familiar with all these terms. Yes, in F, how to find 110 profit or loss. But this profit is given, this positive value refers to profit here. We are taking the positive value as profit and negative value as loss. See in the percentage part also, it's minus 20% we took as loss and positive 25%, 10%, these we took as profit. That's how. So in this F part, we are taking this 110 as profit. That's how we got this value as 200.
so there I played with your mind because normally
E is a typical part. In E part, 43.75% is how much that we need to see. So if you are able to identify this is 7 by 16. Then it becomes simpler. Otherwise, this is the tedious most task in this exercise. See the E part, 43.75%. This 43.75% is basically 50% minus 6.25%. This is a positive quantity, so we know it is a profit case, right? So 50% minus 6.25% of this cost price. Now you can calculate it very easily. I hope you remember this 6.25% is 1 by 16, and this is actually 1 by 2. So when cost price का आप इतना percent करोगे, so 16 का 50% is 8, and 16 का 1 by 16 that is 1. So this is a profit 7. So after getting the profit, you get this value as well. Fine? हाँ, otherwise calculator तो आप use कर ही सकते हैं. We were trying to avoid calculator.
they are talking about an instant.
Okay, let's move further now. There are a lot many things. This was just basic exercise, simple use of percentage only. And profit or loss we are determining by the sign here. Negative percent is loss and positive one is profit. Fine. V Agarwal, difference between markup and discount. Kamal ki baat hai. V Agarwal, have you seen the non-engineering videos? So those who have not seen the non-engineering videos, you can get this idea there in a better way. And I'm writing the same situation here again for everyone's reference. See, CP was the cost price. When this cost price is increased, we call it markup. So it is markup to get the mark price. This is the price which customer is able to see. So this difference between mark price and cost price is the markup. And then markup, on the markup, we offer certain discounts. So when discount is subtracted from mark price, we get the selling price. So discount is the difference of mark price and selling price, and markup is the difference of mark price and cost price. That's it. Okay? Let's move further now.
So now tell me. In the second case.
Okay. Now here's one more question. Again, a basic, just warm-up question. Please do it fast.
Next 40 minutes, 20 minutes is 1/3 of an hour. 40 minutes 2/3 of an hour. जितना मैं बोल रहा हूँ पहले उतना बताओ, उतना क्लियर है ना? आकाश, मैं रिवाइज कर तो रहा हूँ भाई. क्या हो गया? आप सुन ही नहीं रहे हो यार. Why I'm revising then? Jia, Akash, I'm revising it now. So listen now. जितना बोले मैं तो सुनो, बाकी बाद में करेंगे. Hold your horses. 1/3 hours, 2/3 hours. Okay. Now understand it. G1 is running on the train. G1 is आदित्य, वो समझ लियो क्वेश्चन का पार्ट है. आदित्य, that's the part of question. इसलिए क्वेश्चन के साथ लिखा मैंने. ठीक है ना? वो टाइपिंग में नहीं आ रहा है. अभी क्या है ना?
Please read the question statement carefully and then answer. It's very basic, very easy question.
Okay, Akash. On the train. If G1 is running parallel to the train, then G1 and train are two independent objects. Yes or no? Yes or no? Is that right?
Just Soumitra, perfectly fine. All your answers are correct.
That's right. Okay. If G1 and train
Akhil, please check your second answer. I guess there's some mistake.
discussing will come back. This case in which if they are moving in opposite directions, speed will add, destination speed will subtract. If they are moving independent,
Karthik, check the third one.
but in this case G1 himself is
Some of you are writing for first question can't be determined.
speed will
Why?
manipulate G1 speed for a person who is looking at them from the ground. Right? Right? So, let's say if, for example,
Okay, let's see now.
the train
So,
is running at 20 meters
this storyline says Tom sells an article to Jennifer at certain profit, and she sells it to Kilmer, the third person, at again some profit. So there are three persons involved. So let me write the initials. So maybe T, J, and K. And to make the process easier, we can assume that cost price of T or Tom is 100. There's no harm in that. That will be helpful in solving questions easily, right? So if cost price of Tom is 100, then Tom is selling the article to Jennifer at 25% profit. Can you tell me what is the selling price of Tom?
whenever
Or what is the cost price of Jennifer?
people use trains,
If initial cost price of Tom was 100, it's going to be 125, right?
they use goods and trains,
Because 25% of 100 is to be added. That means plus 25.
goods and trains.
So that makes it 125. So I don't know the actual values basically, but I know the ratio. If it is 100, then it is going to be 125. Fine. Next, now this Jennifer, she sells it to Kilmer at 20% profit. That means she again increases the price by 20%. Now 20% of 125. So how much is 20% of 125? It is 25 again. So what becomes the selling price of Jennifer, or basically cost price of Kilmer? Yes, it is 150. Perfectly fine. So having written that, we are done. No, we are done. We have to just see the questions and answer now. Let's see the first one. First question says, by what percent is Kilmer's CP? Kilmer's CP is 150 more than Tom's. What is Tom's CP? It's 100. So from 100 to 150, what is the percentage increase? By what percent is Kilmer's CP more than Tom's CP? It's 50%. Fine.
By 3 is what he must have. D plus X
So this is 50%.
1/3 is the same.
Second one now. If Tom bought it for 1,000, so Tom bought it for 1,000. So it says actual cost price of Tom, if it is 1,000, that means 10 times of this. Then all values are going to be 10 times of this, right? Then question is, how much did it cost Kilmer? To 10 times of this, that is 1,500.
Whole, this is whole, is nothing but
Fine. And the final question, if Jennifer sold it for 600, see right now in this values, in these values, we have taken that Jennifer sold it for 150, right? But now it says if this actually Jennifer sold it for 600. So in place of 150, I need to do 600. That means I'm doing 4 times of it. right? So basically all the values will be 4 times. So question is how much did it cost to Tom? So this also needs to be done 4 times. That makes it 400. So these are the right answers. And many of you have got it correctly.
All right. If I do D plus 2D, we have 3D.
Yes, 400 will be the right answer for this third part.
I'm writing
Is it fine?
3D plus x minus x.
Explain C again. C में कई लोग गलत कर रहे हैं. C में क्यों गलत कर रहे हो? See the question C part, third part again. If Jennifer sold it for $600, see when I assume cost price of Tom to be 100, then we got the cost price of the respective persons, right? So we found the cost price of Kilmer, the third person, as 150. But in this question it is given if Jennifer sold it not for 150 but $600. So it is not actually 150, it is 600. So 150 को कितने से multiply करना पड़ेगा? It becomes 4 times, isn't it? See, actually I do not know whether it is 100 or not. So if we want to use variables, you can say 100x, 125x, and 150x, isn't it? So for this third question, what is given is this 150x is basically 600, right? This 150x is basically 600. That comes out to be x is 4. And then question was how much did it cost to Tom? That is 100x or 400. Fine. So these are their cost prices. In this question, it is given Jennifer sold it. So Jennifer का cost price 125x है, but Jennifer has sold it for 150x, na? So 150x is given equal to 600 in this third part. Is it okay? Okay, let's move further now. We are going to cover a lot more concepts. These are very basic things. Don't be confused in this.
You guys will feel, that wow.
Okay, I'm moving further now. Here's another simple question. Please try to answer this without any mistake.
What I'm getting so many confused statements.
Please calculate this without any mistake. The method you want to, whatever method you want to use, you can do. But don't do mistake.
Try to read the question carefully and listen to what I'm saying carefully. You just keep on wasting time.
Gunjan, try to answer this question now.
The question is very simple, but it tells you how not to fall in the trap. Pure logic.
Anurag, that is not called VARC, that is called comprehension. In verbal, you call it reading comprehension, and in mathematics, in DI, we call it data interpretation. So that interpretation needs to be perfect. Okay, I'm able to see many right answers here. Good. Yes, that's perfectly all right. 33.33%, that's the right answer. So Macho Man mistakenly calculated his profit on SP instead of CP. So as we discussed earlier, so profit used to be calculated on CP actually, but this person calculated profit on SP. So find his actual profit percentage if he had calculated it to be 25%. So there can be various ways you do it. So, but the simplest way you can think of this, that we know that if this is SP, so SP includes CP as well as profit, right? CP plus profit was SP now. So if you are able to visualize it, so SP is basically CP plus profit. Now this profit is given as 25% of CP. 25% means 1/4, right? So this is 1/4. So if this profit is 1, then SP is 4 units, right? And by this we are very easily able to verify if profit is 1 unit or 1 part, then selling price is 4, and then cost price will be how much? 3 part. So the actual profit percentage is simply 1/3, that is 33.33%.
By the way, how many of you
Right? Otherwise, we can assume some values also. Yes, we can assume values also, Nishit. इसमें क्या दिक्कत लग रही है आपको? It's a very nice thing. कितना बढ़िया लग रहा है, है ना? We have not written anything. Just by visualizing the thing that SP is CP plus profit. Profit is 25% of SP. That means 1/4 of SP. So if profit is 1 and SP is 4, then CP comes out to be 3. So 1/3 is our answer. Or if I assume some values, let's say if I assume SP to be 100 now. Now all of you tell me please, if SP is 100 rupees, can you tell me what is the value of profit? How much is the profit? If SP is 100, then how much is the profit in this case?
look at this? The question talks about driver, not the entire train.
Yes, it is 25 because it is given that 25% of SP, that is the profit, right? So profit is 25 rupees. Now can you figure out what will be CP? What will be CP? Yes, CP will be 75 rupees. Because CP plus profit gives you SP, isn't it? We are done now. We just need to calculate the actual profit percentage. So actual profit percentage by the formula, as I think Gunjan or many others were asking. So profit percentage, what is the formula? That profit divided by CP into 100, right? Which is 25 by 75 into 100. That comes out to be 33.1/3%. Fine. Dhanyavad Nishit. Abhishek, this was a costlier method. It will use little bit more brain. Try to visualize the thing. I didn't wish to take the values. That's what I intended to impart to you by this example. See it again if you wish to try. So it is given that, I know that SP, CP and profit, they are related like this, that SP is equal to CP plus profit, isn't it? Now what is given is that profit is 25% of selling price. That is 1/4 of selling price. So if this SP is 4 part, then profit is 1 part. And if profit is 1 part, then CP is the remaining 3/4 part. So that's how we did it. It's exactly the same thing. There's not much difference. Okay, so these are the basic things we had. We tried to become more familiar with all these terms: CP, SP, profit or loss, or somewhere MP also. Now let's move further.
As they're traveling in the
Somebody is asking, Krati, where does 100 go? 100 is SP now, Krati. I assumed 100 to be SP here, and profit was 25% of SP. So 25% of 100 is 25. That is profit, and CP becomes 75 because CP plus profit makes it to SP.
slower train.
Okay, let's move further now.
Kilometers per hour.
If you're having any doubts in the previous parts, so don't worry. Here we are having many intelligent, what should we call, that fellow students.
X meters.
अरे गुंजन आपने मेरा डाउट ही नहीं कराया. 857 students I can see right now. आप ही का नाम लेके मैं बोला भाई. That's the use of percentage formula. If you will use the formula correctly, then it will be fine.
Speed of slower train. Is that right?
आप formula गलत use करने से गलत आएगा.
Is that right, everyone? Let's solve it. 8 in 6 are
Okay, somebody please help her.
30. You get 10 over.
Okay, let's move further now. One more question. See, there are different varieties of questions. There are various varieties of questions. There are various varieties of questions in this profit and loss topic. So this is another one. So we'll discuss it first. Try to answer on your own.
Is equal to 6. Now solving it, 300 is equal to 180 plus 6, that's what we get. Again solving it, we get x is equal to 200. So speed of slower train is 20 meters per second. First part is solved. Let's solve the next part. Find the time taken by the two trains to cross each other so they travel in the same direction. So now if they're crossing each other, in that case,
How did you calculate? You can mention that also. Most of you are writing 25% profit.
will be equal to sum of the length of the train. So the direction same है opposite और length को add करनी ही पड़ती है. Speeds में अंतर. Same direction में speed minus होगी, opposite में add होगी.
Yes, we can assume some values also, or we can simply work with the ratio of CP and SP also.
Smaller train, shorter train.
Yes, CP by SP or SP by CP. Yes, Abhishek, that's perfectly fine.
The speeds are what? Speed of first.
Yes, so we can take the ratio of SP and CP. That is also a good way.
Speed of second minus.
Okay, now, yes, that's good, Anjul. So whatever is given, let's write an equation. Yes, we can use ratio. See here, everyone, what is given, I'm writing it in the form of an equation. It is given that SP of 20 SUVs. So let's SP of each of them is SP only. So 20 SP is equal to what? CP of 25 SUVs, so 25 CP, right? So that's what is given. If you are not very comfortable with the ratio, so first step, easiest step will be, let's assume some value for it. These two are given equal. 20 SP is given equal to 25 CP, where CP and SP belongs to are the cost price and selling price of each of SUVs, right? So now tell me any multiple of 25 and 20, LCM of 25 and 20. If I want to assume some values here, what is 20? What is the multiple of both 25 and 20? LCM. 100, yes, we can take 100. Okay, let's take 100 only. So let's assume 25 SP, 25 selling price of 20 articles is 100 rupees. Can you tell me what is the selling price of each article? It is 100 by 20, right? That is 5. Same way, CP of 25 articles is 100. So what is CP of one article? It comes out to be 4. Now, an article which costs rupees 4 is being sold at rupees 5. Is it profit or loss? It's a profit, right? So the difference, that is profit. Right, profit of 1. And how to calculate profit percent? I'm using the formula only. What was the formula? That's profit upon CP into 100. So that is 1 by 4 into 100. That gives you 25%. Fine? Yes, Mukul, that is also a very nice way. That's also a very nice way. Directly also we can see here, we can say, as some of you writing, Mukul was writing, many others also have done that. We can directly say SP is 25 and CP is 20. That can also be assumed. We can assume that also. Or, as most of you have done, we can take the ratio. SP by CP. SP by CP will be 25 by 20. That is the same thing as Mukul was saying. So we can assume if CP is 20, then SP is 25. Done. Fine. So this is a very famous variety of questions. Many questions you will find at many places in this format. where there's some relation between SP and CP is given. So just by finding the ratio of SP and CP, we got the values and we can find the answer. Is it clear? अरे ये रहा ratio भाई, Nishit, that is the ratio. You can further simplify it to be 5/4 and we are having same thing. You are selling an article of 4 rupees at 5 rupees. The profit is 1/4. That is 25%. Right? Okay, move further now. Next question. Similar one now. Similar one and try to answer this fast. Okay, here it is.
See what is happening? Here we have a tunnel. Alright. This is a tunnel. Here looks like one. Now the train.
Bunny brother, please answer this one. It is same thing. The similar question exactly.
The train is 2 kilometers long. So what happens? The train, when it starts entering the tunnel, Gabbar starts following it. Here. Okay. So this tunnel is 4 kilometers long.
Okay, many of you are writing 20% profit. Kamal Kothari 80% loss. अरे भाई profit दे रखा है साफ-साफ, loss कहाँ से आया?
It says the despicable Jaguar Gabbar riding on
What are you calculating? How you are calculating loss?
as its front enters a
अरे?
tunnel. So the moment it starts entering, Gabbar starts following the.
It's clearly mentioned there is a profit. If profit on selling that much pancakes is equal to this much, so it's a profit. How you are getting loss? How much percent profit, that needs to be calculated. Most of you are saying 20%, but some of you are writing different values as well.
What happens? Till the time the train, so the final portion of train, as it is completely.
Yes, this is not SP. This time it is profit. Profit on selling 20 pancakes is this much.
Gabbar is here.
Okay, let's see now. Let's use those equations which we studied in the beginning of the session. Profit on selling 20 pancakes. Let's same way assume CP of each pancake is CP, SP of each pancake is SP, and profit on one pancake is basically SP minus CP. Fine? Right? Profit on one pancake is SP minus CP. Now what is given here is profit on selling 20 pancakes. So if I'm selling 20 pancakes, so profit कैसे calculate होगा? Profit will be 20 times SP minus 20 CP. That is the profit on selling 20 pancakes, isn't it? That is profit on selling 20 pancakes. 20 pancakes ka selling price minus 20 pancakes ka cost price, isn't it? Now, that is going to be equal to, it is given equal to cost of 4 pancakes. That means 4 CP. Please see this and confirm me. Is this fine? Hemant, why to assume when everything is given? It may be working fine, I don't know what you are doing. But why should you follow a foolproof method without any confusion? Arbaz, profit on selling 20 pancakes, how will you calculate? 20 pancakes बेचने में कितने का profit हुआ? Total selling price minus total cost price, that is the profit, na? Total selling price minus total cost price. So total selling price of 20 pancakes is 20 SP and total cost price is 20 CP because 20 pancakes have been sold. And the difference is given cost of 4 pancakes, that is 4 CP. Now we are done. Rest part is very simple, exactly same as we did earlier. So 20 SP is basically 24 CP, isn't it? Total pancakes which have been sold is 20, na? So selling price of 20 pancakes, that is the total selling price, total cost price because 20 pancakes have been sold, and the profit earned is equal to cost of 4 pancakes. That was a simple equation. Now we are done. So it's as good as taking the ratios only. SP by CP comes out to be 24 by 20. If we simplify it, we can say that 4 5s are 20 and 4 6 are 24. Is it not? So you are selling an article which costed rupees 5, you are selling it at 6 rupees. So how much profit you are getting? 1 out of 5. So profit percent is basically 1 by 5 into 100, which is 20%. Is it okay? So basically, as I said earlier also, this is a very famous variety and you can see similar variety questions in many places in different languages. We just need to write the correct equation as given in the statement, and we need to find what is the relation between SP and CP, or basically what is the ratio of SP and CP. Shivangi, how 1 by 5? See, CP, if CP is 5 rupees, then SP is 6 rupees, isn't it? That is the meaning of this ratio. That is the meaning of this ratio. If CP is 5 rupees, then SP is 6 rupees. Fine. So how much profit you are getting on 1 pancake? It's 1 rupee, isn't it? So how to calculate profit percentage? Profit divided by cost price into 100. That's how it is 1 by 5 into 100. Is it okay? Shubhashish says, can we use PP as 1 by 20 minus 1 by 24? Why do you want to increase your calculations? Why to work in fractions? It's up to you. Yes, you can do. See, actual value of cost price and selling price is not given. We have to assume that. Now, we should assume the simplest values.
Why? Because this tunnel was 4 kilometers. तो तो पहले था 2 और. If train has moved 2 kilometers more.
Anshika is asking why minus 20 CP लिखा. भाई profit कैसे निकालती हो Anshika? We did this in the beginning part. That profit. See, always remember whenever we are talking of profit and loss part. So profit is the difference of selling price minus cost price. Total selling price and total cost price. Isn't it? So in this case, profit is given equal to cost of 4 pancakes. तो 4 pancakes profit कितना सामान बेचने में मिला है? By selling, on selling 20 pancakes. That's why 20 SP minus 20 CP. That's it.
Gabbar turns its next
Fine.
back toward the train. Now Gabbar is coming back, and there comes the concept of rate speed.
Khoshani is asking, can we directly take? अरे कहाँ गया? Yes, 4 by 20 we can directly take. Yes, that's perfectly fine. Yes, exactly, Abhishek. That's very good thing. Yes, thanks for that. So Abhishek is saying directly why to involve SP? Directly we can work in terms of profit. So what is given is that profit is 4 pancakes and cost price is of 20 pancakes. Yes, so profit is of 4 pancakes, that is 4 times CP, and total cost price is 20 CP. So the profit percentage is simply P upon total CP, that is 4 by 20. That's perfectly fine. Good. 4 by 20 into 100, that is 20%. Yes, that's correct. Okay, let's move further now to the next question. Now, there is a small concept here. Now, please be attentive here. This is a different thing. If one article is sold at X% profit and other at X% loss. अभी तक जो है हम एक ही आर्टिकल को सेल कर रहे थे. Now there are more than one articles. There are 2 articles. So one is being sold at X% profit, other is being sold at X% loss. Those who are not serious, you may leave, isn't it? There is no requirement of unnecessary comments here. Please, it's for you only. So one article is sold at X% profit, other is being sold at X% loss, then the overall profit or loss percent, that we need to calculate. So many times we get such questions. So there are 2 specific cases here which are being described here. Otherwise, there can be different percentage values also. Okay? So on one article is being sold at X% profit, other at X% loss. Now 2 special cases are there. That overall profit percentage will be 0 if CP is same. If CP is same. For example, let's say there are 2 articles, both are having a cost price of 100 rupees. 100 rupees. Is article A, article B. Both were having a cost price of 100 rupees. Fine. Now, this one article is being sold at, let's say, 10% profit. Other one is being sold at 10% loss. Can you tell me how much will be the overall profit or loss percent? What will be the overall profit or loss percent? 0. Why? See, cost price is same. So this one article is giving us a profit. How much? 10% of cost price, whatever it be. And this other one is having same cost price again. But now this time it is giving 10% loss, 10% of same cost price. So this is yielding positive 10% of 100. And this is giving a loss that is negative 10% of same 100. Right? Of course, we can calculate these values, but that's not required because same percentage and same percentage of same amount, same cost price. So with opposite sign. So this net result is going to be 0. So basically no profit, no loss. That's an easiest method. This is the easiest situation here. We are having same cost price and equal percentage profit and equal percentage loss on 2 different products. In that case, net result is 0. Yes, jitna gaya utna aaya. No loss, no profit. Yes, fine. That's the thing. Now the second case. Now the second special case. If selling price is same. Now cost price is not same. I don't know about cost price, but selling price is same. What happens in that case? If 2 articles are being sold at same selling price, and one is being sold at X% profit and other one is being sold at X% loss. In that case, the net result is a loss. That loss is given by X square by 100%. Can you think of how? Question Bhavisha is asking, how to know CP is same or not? That will be given in the question, Bhavisha. Don't assume anything. We are not to go by assumption. That will be given in the question, fine? Okay, the second point now. Second situation when I'm saying SP is same, that is selling price is same. That means 2 articles are being sold at same price. Let's say in this same question, let me make the table again. There are again 2 articles A and B. So one article is being sold at, they are having same SP this time. Selling price is same. Let's say 100, we can assume again. So 100 rupees selling price for this one, 100 rupees for this one. Okay? Okay, so let's say in this case, this article is being sold at a profit of maybe 10%, and this one is being sold at a loss of 10%. But this time, can you figure out what will be the cost price of this? We had done similar question earlier. Please find out what will be the cost of this first article.
Highest contribution in the comment section. Valuable. There are a lot of people. But let's take an example of, let's say, Aratrika. So Aratrika.
What will be the cost of this first article? See this 100, it is not 110. It's not 110. Pritha? Not 110 and 90. Gaurav? See, the selling price includes the profit. So this is actually 1.1 times CP. I repeat, this is 1.1 times CP. So CP would be 100 divided by 1.1. That is in this first case. Yes, that's correct, Aditi. Yes, it is 100 by 1.1. How we are going to know 1.1? Because I know that this SP is obtained by adding 10% profit. So that means this SP is nothing but 1.1 times of CP. This is actually 1.1 times of CP. So CP comes out to be 100 by 1.1. Exactly same way here. In this case, this selling price has been obtained by suffering a loss of 10% on cost price. So yes, 100 by 0.9. That's fine. Because this is 0.9 times CP. So CP comes out to be 100 by 0.9. Yeah, so now on simplification, we can find out the values. So the final answer which comes out to be, that is x square by 100% loss. So this direct result can be used if both percentages are same. If both percentages are not same, even we can make use of these basic things and we can simplify question. Okay, so these are just two special cases, but questions in the exam are not limited to these only. There can be different questions also. But if we get similar question, then we should directly use our results. Fine. So अगर हम यही बात कर रहे हैं 10% profit and 10% loss at same selling price, so overall there is a loss. How much? Yes, 1% loss overall. How? Because x comes out to be 10 now. So 10 square by 100% loss. That is 1% loss. ठीक है? Okay. I don't explain. You want to explain the formula, you can derive it. That's not the difficult part, but that's not required. That's not required to derive this result now. It's not very difficult. Some of you wrote that in the chat I saw. So I'm not explaining x square by 100 की value कैसे आई. I'm not going to the derivation part, but I'm just telling you that this is a specific case when selling price of the two articles is same and one is being sold at 10% profit or basically x% profit, other is being sold at x% loss. So overall it comes out to be a loss of x square by 100. We are going to apply it. Wait, we are going to apply in the question. That will make it more clear. Here's the first question. Please answer this. Please answer this. Don't worry if you don't remember the formula, no problem. Let's solve it. Let's solve the question. Let's apply it practically. Yes, a good question. So what if profit and loss percent are different? That's why I'm saying. So don't bother about the derivation of the formula or to remember the formula. That's not very important.
100 hours. I said, okay, I'll be waiting. You know what happened to him?
Try to use the logical ability, logical sense. Okay, many of you are saying shunya. Tanishq is saying shunya, okay? One item is sold at 10% profit, okay? Other at 10% loss. Find the profit percentage if the cost price of both items is same. We have just done the question. Answer is a big shunya. Perfectly fine. Yes, we have done that. Okay? Let's move further. Next one now.
When I called them, I said, okay, I'm going to meet you.
A man bought, this is the next question now. A man bought two smartphones of brand A and B. He sold brand A smartphone at 20% profit, B at 20% loss. Find the overall profit or loss percent if the selling price of both smartphones is same. Okay, Ramu is asking this type of question, use successive formula change or not? Okay, let's see. There are two different things. It's not successive change actually, but it looks similar actually. It looks similar, but it is not. It looks similar, Ramu, but it is not actually. Okay, so those who are writing the answer, I'm sure you remember the formula and you have used that. So it's exactly the same situation which was mentioned there, that both products are being sold at same selling price. Selling price is same. Now one is being sold at 20% profit and other at 20% loss. So it's the same numerical value. So the answer was x square by 100% loss, right? X square by 100% loss. So in this case, so x comes out to be 20. So if I am applying the formula directly, the 20 square by 100% loss. 20 square is 400. That comes out to be 4% loss. But as many of you pointed out, कि ये क्यों आया? And second thing, if these values are not same, then what to do? So that's why I try to understand also now. Okay, how to understand? So as we made the table, I'm just doing that. So selling price is going to be same. In that previous slide, I took selling price to be 100 only. So there's no need to take 100. Their cost prices are certainly different. So let's say cost prices are A and B. Let's start with cost prices. Cost price of A is A and cost price of B is B. Fine? Fine. Now see how to do this. We have already found the answer by using the formula. Now I'm trying to understand how it is happening. Okay, and what if the values are different? Now see here carefully. So CP of brand A is A, brand B is B. So let's say this brand A is being sold at 20% profit. This is 20% profit here. So what will be SP for this? What will be SP here for brand A? Please tell me. Yes, I'm not using formula now. I'm not using formula. It's without formula. What will be the selling price of this brand A? 1.2A, yes, it is 1.2A. Let's use decimal, no issues in that. So that is 1.2A because 20% profit is there. Fine. I'm not taking it to be 100 now. मुझे नहीं पता कितना है. I'm writing it A only. So cost price is A and B. So for A, selling price comes out to be 1.2A. Can you find out the selling price of B? Mind that it is being sold at a loss of 20%. It is being sold at a loss of 20%. Yes, somebody understood. Yes, it is 0.8B. Perfectly fine. And what is given about these two selling prices? It is given that both smartphones selling price is same, right? Selling price is same. So basically these two are equal, right? These two are equal. So as we were doing in the previous question, we can do similar thing. Can you find out, can we write it as A by B will be 0.8 upon 1.2? Yes, the selling prices are same. So it can be written as 8 by 12 or maybe 80 by 120. That looks easier values, right? Let's take it 80 and 20. Yes, you can take any ratios, any values. I'm writing right now 80 and 20. Okay? Now, what do I got? So if cost price of A is 80, then cost price of B is 120. Fine? If cost price of A is 80, then cost price of B is 120. Is it fine? Okay, na? Now, what is the total cost price? Let me write here. What is the total cost price? 80 plus 20. That is 200. Isn't it? Now, see the selling price. This brand A, which costs 80 rupees, it is being sold at 20% profit. So if I add 20% to it, that means what will be the selling price? 96. Isn't it? 20% of 80 is 16, that makes it 96. Same way, this other brand is being sold at a 20% loss. 20% loss. So again, 20% of 120 is 24. If you subtract, you will again get 96. Of course, that was going to be same. Yes, total selling price comes out to be 192. Now we are done. We know the total cost price, we know the total selling price. So it is a loss, certainly. How much is the loss? 8 rupees. Fine. So 8 by 200 in 200, that is 4% loss. So that is all. Is it okay?
I think it's a very easy question. All of you must be.
And as I said, you can take any ratios. 80-20 was looking easier to me, so that it comes 200. Otherwise, 2 by 3 is fine, no problem with that.
Two equations we can solve it. Get the speed of ship.
कोपल ये क्वेश्चन सक्सेसिव परसेंटेज से कर सकते हैं. Why? How will you do with successive percentage? Is it successive percentage here? They are two different brands.
Speed of river, just put 4.5 anywhere and you'll get to.
ऐड का फॉर्मूला यूज नहीं कर पाएंगे when you are having different values, and that is going to come now in the next question. Okay? Yes. Now next question. Try to do whatever way you wish to do. Here it is. Mohit bought 2 horses, each at same cost price. One horse was sold at 25% profit, and other was at 15% loss. Overall profit or loss percent.
ये movie देखा, movie देखा, but read the book and you'll realize and you'll understand why we should respect the world around us and things that we have. It's about survival, and you'll realize that even a small grain of rice is so important. So read this book and you'll find. Right now, solve the problem.
Some of you are writing 10% and some says 5. Please recheck your answers. Of course, this time you cannot use any formula here. Yes, 5% profit is perfectly fine. कैसे किया? Yes, CP can be assumed to be 100. Kanishk, that's perfectly fine. Yes, very good. It's not a difficult question. It's a very easy question. There are 2 horses at same cost price. Let's say CP of both be 100. Right? CP of both is 100. Now one is being sold at 25% profit. 25% profit. That means it is being sold at 125. Other one is being sold at 15% loss. That means selling price of the second horse is 85. We know the total cost price, we know the total selling price, then what is the issue? It's a very easy thing, right? So total cost price is 100 plus 100. That is 200, fine. And total selling price is 125 plus 85. It is 210. So of course, it is a profit of 10 rupees. But how much percent? So profit upon CP. That is 10 by 200 in 200. That is our profit percentage. Fine? Yes, easy question. It's not a difficult one. But still we got different answers. Some of you were saying 10. I think you got this 10 and you answered at 10 as 10. And somebody says 7.5 also. Is it fine? Okay, let's move to the next one. Okay, now try to answer this one. Kritika, why would you assume SP to be 100? SP was not same, na? अच्छा, आप उसके पिछले वाले की बात कर रही हो. 100 would not be easier value there.
All right.
Ujjwal, this is similar question. Try to solve this one now. This is a similar question. Yes, Venkat, some people took 10 by 200 to be 10%. Yes.
Downstream. That means speeds will be added.
In the previous question, Kritika, if you're asking, why will we take SP to be 100? I don't know that. It is given that CP is same.
6 was less.
But in this question now, it's a different one. Here, selling price is same.
Minus R.
Same selling price.
This is what the equation is. Okay. Is that clear?
15% profit.
This much time. Travels upstream takes this much time.
Let me check.
But if he could double his usual going rate, that means now his speed becomes 2p. For his 24-mile round trip, the downstream 12 miles would then take only 1 hour less. If it doubles the speed, so basically 12 upon 2p plus r. 2p, right? The speed become double.
आपकी दुकानदारी ठीक नहीं लग रही है, कुछ गड़बड़ लग रहा है मुझे.
2p minus r. So downstream would take only 1 hour less than upstream.
Okay, how did you do it? कैसे किया? Okay, in between I'm getting around 23%. One total selling price 200. अच्छा, CP 200 इतना ही आया क्या? Let me check fast.
How have you made this equation? How did you not solve the equation?
It's not correct. There's some mistake.
Those who could not understand the equation.
Ria 9.5% profit. Yes, that's correct. Usher, Saurav, that's correct. 9.5% approximately. $15 is not correct, Devi. It's approximately 9.5% profit. That is going to be the answer.
मतलब 12 आगे और फिर 12 पीछे.
See, this is similar question as we did earlier. In this case, selling price is same, and they are being sold at different percent profit and different percent loss. So I don't know the cost prices. So let's assume the cost prices to be A and B as we did earlier. ठीक है? तो CP are A and B individually. Fine. Now let's see further. So this A is the, let's say 40% profit in the normal chair. Let A be the normal chair. This is the normal chair, and this is the special chair. The special chair is bearing a loss of 10%, and on the normal chair he is making a profit. So selling price here he is getting a profit of 40%, right? So what will be the selling price here? It's going to be 1.4A, right? Is it fine?
Is that clear? Having already got that?
Yes, it's 1.4A, fine. Parle ji, Raman, baad mein karenge. First see this. It's 1.4A because 40% profit is there. For B, the special chair, the person has borne a profit, loss of 10%. This is a loss of 10%. So that means selling price here would be 0.9B. Fine. Exactly same way as we did earlier. Both these values are same. So we can easily estimate the ratio of A and B, or basically cost prices. So A by B comes out to be 0.9 by 1.4 or 90 by 140. I will prefer these values. So that calculation of percentage would be easier, right? So let's say 90 and 140 are the individual prices, cost prices. Okay, so 90 is the cost price here, 140 is the cost price here. Clear? Clear? Now 90 pe 40% ka profit will make it how much selling price? So 40% of 90 is 36, that will make it 126, isn't it? And same way 140 minus 10% is also 126. So total cost price comes out to be 230, and total selling price 126 plus 126 252. Now we have everything to calculate our answer as a profit of how much? 22 rupees. So profit percentage is basically 22 upon the cost price, that is 230 into 100. If you simplify it, it will be slightly less than 10%, of course. It comes out to be approximately 9.5%. So that is the answer.
4p square minus r square. Let's solve it.
If you will assume SP to be 100 nursing, then in that case you need to calculate the CPs, that will be in fractions. And I'm trying to avoid the fractions, that's it. I'm just trying to avoid the fractions. See, the fractions were here, decimals were here, 1.4 and 0.9. I've taken them also to be 90 and 140, so as to avoid the decimals and fractions. Bhai Ujjwal, kaisi baatein kar rahe ho? Tell the question by fractions. You are unable to understand by integers. If it is looking difficult by integers, then fractions are going to be more complicated, isn't it? Yes, Adhika is writing, if you take 100 as CP, 100 as SP, then decimal values will be there for the CPs, respective CPs.
So ideally
ठीक है ना? So see, always take this thing in mind. We should try to avoid the calculations. We should try to make the calculations simpler, and that's what I have been trying to do here. So I've used a multiplying factor 1.4 here, 0.9 here, and while taking ratios, I have removed the decimal part and I've included 1 zeros also, right? So that it becomes easier to calculate. So while taking 90 and 140 as the respective cost prices, now it is easy to calculate 40% of 90, assuming removing the decimal part. So 9 for the 36, so 36 is the profit, which makes 126 the selling price. Same way here, if 140 is the cost price, then 10% would be 14. If I reduce 14, it becomes 126, right? So total selling price 126 plus 126, 252, and total cost price 90 plus 140, 230. Now rest part is very simple.
That makes it 15 R square.
Adding zero was that same purpose only, because I wanted to avoid the decimals and fractions. I wish to make the calculations easier. That is the basic objective. Yes, 9 by 40 is fine, no problem. That also is fine.
R is equal to 8 by 2.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Ujjwal Singh, क्या पूछ रहे हैं? कहाँ गया? 1.4 explain. अरे बाबा, 40% is increased. If a quantity is increased by 40%, then 1.4 is the multiplying factor, na? That we have done a lot of times. If there is any doubt in this part, please, I will certainly recommend you refer to the previous sessions. Okay, let's move further now. 19/40 क्यों लिया है सर? भाई जो आया है वो लिया है ना, क्या दिक्कत है? That was the ratios. We have just taken the ratio here. I don't assume any values. I have just taken the ratio. So A and B, if these were the cost prices of the two type of chairs, then selling prices comes out to be 1.4A and 0.9B, and from here I got the ratio of A and B in this format. Fine. So 100 is not always beneficial, Yash. ऐसा नहीं है कि हर बार 100 ले लो तो काम हो जाएगा. No, that will make the things complicated. So as I said earlier, I'm repeating that our purpose of taking any values, whatever values, if we take 100, then also purpose is to make it simpler. If we take the value as X variable, then also purpose is to take the calculation easier. And now we have taken these ratios, so now I'm taking these values in that ratio. The purpose is again same, to make the calculations easier. Okay? So we should try to make our calculations easier. Don't complicate them. Okay, we'll solve more questions. That should make the things more clear. Yes, profit or loss is always on CP. Okay, let's move to the next one. Here's one more question. Now try to answer this.
दिनों का शूटर भी नहीं है, नहीं सेल्फी, ये दूसरा गाना है, स्लैग वाली टोपी.
Harshav, that was 0.9, not 9.
In most of the questions that we did today, and even in times with distance, we know at least two things, right? यहाँ कुछ नहीं पता हमें. Our speed is not known, and we want to find the speed of the river.
I'm getting different.
अरे ठीक है, swims कर दो इसको. That is.
They are saying C. Is C? Many of you have solved it very fast, and yes, C is the right answer. See, we can make the simple equations and solve it. Right? We can make simple equations. How to go by the equations? We don't know the cost price of the individual houses. We don't know whether that is equal or not. But their sum is 7 crore. Okay, Shinchan says use allegation. That's very nice.
Those who got 6 or 12 as the answer.
Certainly you can use allegation. There is no harm in that. I'm just writing the simple equation right now. Let's say cost price of the two houses were X and Y. So X plus Y is 7 crore. See, I hope you remember in a crore there are 7 zeros. Fine? There are 7 zeros. Yes, we can make two equations and solve. Exactly, Pardu, I am going to write that only. So a crore has 7 zeros at the end. In all these options, you can see 4 zeros, 3 zeros, 4 zeros, 3 zeros. So if I remove the last 3 zeros, I can write the value as 7 followed by 4 zeros. Fine? To make the calculation a bit simpler, a bit easier, I'm removing the last 3 zeros. Fine? So X plus Y is 70,000. Fine? Yes, I'm two equations and solving them. Many of you have done that only. Good. So X plus Y is 70,000. Now it is given that first house is being sold at 15% profit. So 15% of X is the extra amount which we are getting. Right? 15% of X is the extra amount we are getting. And here second house at a loss of 5%. So if I just check the that extra amount, the only profit and loss part. So 15% of X, that is a profit made here, and loss, that is minus 5% of Y. So that is the net extra amount, which is basically 12% profit. Now 12% of this quantity, isn't it? So this is 12% of this much, and 12% of this comes out to be how much? 8,400.
You will start.
Just, I have not written the total sales value, I have not written the total SP, I'm writing only the profit or loss values. Okay? So this was upon 100, upon 100. Upon simplifying these two equations, you can find all the answers. So this is 15 by 100, 5 by 100. If I multiply 100 that side, this is 15x minus 5y equals to
Let's forget.
840000 because of that 100. And if you want to divide by 5 throughout, that will also make it easier. So 3x minus y. I'm dividing by 5 now, by the way. So if I divide this by 5, what will I get? So 5 ones are 5, 3, 5 6 are 30, and 5 8s are 40, followed by 3 zeros. So this is one equation, 3x minus y equals 168000, and another one was x plus y equals 70000. Now by simplifying, what we need to find? We want to find selling price of the first house. So basically find the value of x and then you can get the answer. So if I just add these two equations, y will be cancelled out and the job is quite simple. So 4x comes out to be how much? 70 and 168.
So overall,
238000. Fine.
minutes of upstream, then 5 minutes of downstream.
And what we need to calculate? We need to find the value of 1.15x. So x would be, I'm just using the unitary method now, 238000 divided by 4, and 1.15x, which we want to find out actually, that is the selling price of the first house. So you multiply it by 1.15. Now if you wish, you can use calculator also, and you can get your answer. So correct answer is 68245,000. We have removed the 3 zeros at the end, so here you will get the value as 68425. Is it fine? Pranay, I have not written the complete selling price here. I have written only the excess amount, the profit or loss value. So here I have got 15% profit, so positive 15% of x. Here I have got loss of 5%, that makes it minus 5% of y. And overall we have gained 12%. The total gain was 12%. So 12% of this value, that is 8400. Right?
How many of you got the idea?
Rutuja is asking how 1.15. Arey Baba, is x पे 15% का profit हुआ है ना? So if CP is x, then SP will be 1.15x because 15% profit is there. Right? Because of 15% profit, this is the thing. So basically these were two equations and we have to solve that. So that's one of the methods. Many of you have used that. I have done the same thing.
This is the bank of the river.
Yes, I have just removed the last 3 digits to make the numbers a bit smaller.
We have capital.
Allegation method se kara dijiye. Kopal, that we will discuss later, not today. Allegation method is also one of the ways. I think somebody mentioned that. But that we will not discuss today. That we will be doing later.
All right. Here. Now puja.
Values गंदी गंदी सी इक्वेशन तो बनानी पड़ेगी ही. बिना इक्वेशन समझना है तो एक काम अच्छा कर सकते हैं. मानव का is how last 3 digits removed. ऐसे. I just removed that. If you want to put them, put the 3 zeros extra, 3 zeros, 3 zeros, 3 zeros everywhere.
All right. And both puja and Kopi reach.
What is multiplication method? Some of you are writing multiplication method. Vishakha, please explain again. Vishakha, I have just made a simple equations. X and Y are the cost prices of the two houses, and total the sum is given 7 crores, right? And then on first house you are getting a profit of 15%. On other one it's a loss. So that overall gain percent is 12. So let's make the second equation. And now by simplifying these two equations, we got the cost price of the first house and ultimately selling price of the first house. That's it. ठीक है ना? Okay. Without making equation, if you wish to do it, now try to understand this. I'm managing this part. This is simple equations, and of course the values are big values are here. So still, it is not very difficult. But how we can think without making equations? I'm still not touching the allegation part. See, now listen carefully. These are two houses. House A, House B. Let's call them House A and House B. Their total cost price is 7 crores. Fine. On one of them, we are getting a profit of 15%. This is 15% profit. Right? On another one, we are getting a loss of 5%. This is a loss of 5%. Is it okay? Is it okay? Now try to understand carefully.
सत्यजीत ने क्वेश्चन में दिया था. पहले क्वेश्चन पढ़ लेना सब लोग, पता है?
Venkat Nandita, after getting the value of A, SP के लिए तो सिर्फ आपको profit add करना है ना बेटा. You just need to add the profit, 15%. That's it.
ये मेरा assumption नहीं है.
Right? After we got the cost price, then we just need to add the profit. That's how we did 1.15. Now see the other way. I'm not making equations now. I'm trying to simplify it. Now see here everyone, listen very carefully. So A and B are the cost prices of the two houses. On the house A, the first house, we are getting a profit of 15%. And on the other house, we are getting a loss of 5%. Fine? यहाँ तक बात ठीक है? Now try to understand. And this situation overall gives us a gain of 12%. This overall situation gives us a gain of 12%. ठीक है ना? Are you with me? So many unnecessary talks are going on here. Okay, come here now. So 15% profit and 5% loss, that is being experienced on these two houses, and this overall gain is given as 12%, right? So the equations which we just made prior to this was based on this information only, but those equations are looking a little bit lengthier. I want to make it a bit easier, little bit easier. Now see how we are able to do it. Just think and tell me, if on the second house also, in spite of 5% loss, there would have been a profit of 15%. Listen again what I'm saying. If on the second house, in spite of 5% loss, if there had been 15% profit as the first house, then what would have been the overall profit? Please tell me. Krishna, yes, you can always do approximation, there's no issues. It's okay, but now listen to understand and try to understand this. Yes, 15%, that's perfectly fine, good. 15%. अरे बाबा, A पर भी 15% profit हो रहा है and B पर भी 15% ही profit हो रहा है. If it had been the case, then overall profit percent should be 15%. Fine. Then overall profit percent should be 15% of 7 crores. Right? 15% of 7 crores. That should have been the profit in that case. Clear? Okay. But this situation have happened when I assume the extra selling price of the second house. Right? When I assume the extra selling price of the second house. What is the extra selling price of the second house which I have taken? From minus 5% to plus 15%. That is 20% of this second house cost price. Yes, 20% of this cost price. Fine. So 20% extra I have assumed. So that 20% extra, and other than that, that was total 12% of 7 crores. Isn't it? That's the basic equation which I need to write.
Anyone got it? No?
Diksha, if you will try to understand, then it is a very interesting thing. And this makes the things very easy. There's only one equation which I needed to write. Only one variable. Now see it again what I have done. Actual situation given was giving me 12% overall profit, that is 12% of 7 crores. If I'm including 20% extra selling price for this B, in that case, this overall thing becomes 15% profit of 7 crore. Right? So that makes it that 3% of 7 crores is basically 20% of cost price of the second house. Right? 12% is given now. See here, 12% is given. In the original situation, when we are getting profit of 15% in the first house, 5% loss on the second house, in that case, overall profit percent is 12%, that is given. 12% of 7 crores. So 12% of 7 crores plus 20% extra price.
The slower body to be stationary.
So that thing is equal to 15% overall. So from this equation, we can directly find the value of cost price of each of them. So I didn't need to write the two equations. So just 5% of that, 5 times of this. So 20% of B is 1/5. So just multiply this part with 5. So 5 times 3% of 7 crores. How much is 3% of 7 crores? How much is 3% of 7 crores? Can you figure out? 7 crore ka 1%, 7 lakh. Right? So 21 lakh, right? So 21 lakh. The cost price of B comes out to be 1 crore, 1.05 crores. Right? So cost price of A also you can figure out. So cost price of A comes out to be 5.95 crores. Now just add the 15% of profit and you will get your answer. So that's another way if you want to be saved from those two linear equations. Allegation is also going to reach you here only. There's no issues. Allegation will be doing later, not today. Allegation will be doing later. Okay, let's proceed to 1 or 2 more questions before we end the session. So you can try to understand this part. This is very interesting and very good way of solving questions and thinking about the questions. Otherwise, the earlier method which we did, that is also there. That's not a problem. हाँ ठीक है, इससे पहले वाला easy था, तो that's okay, no problem. You can do that. हाँ, it would be confusing because you are seeing it for the first time. चिंतन what I have done is that only कि अगर इस पर भी 15% का प्रॉफिट ही हुआ होता, in that case overall profit 15% मिलने वाला था, right? Other than cost price 15% और मिलने वाला था, ठीक है ना? अभी कितना मिल रहा है? 12% of overall plus जो मैंने extra 20% मान लिया. So by equating them, we can directly find the cost price of one of the houses and using that cost price of the first house also and then the selling price. That's it. Okay, last one more question. जल्दी से please solve this one. I think I am having just 1 or 2 more questions. This is easier one now. This is easier one now. Please try to answer this fast.
That she caught the topi. When the river is not moving, they caught the topi here itself. This is the point at which.
Thank you, Harsh, for explaining the answer to somebody, helping to Sanjana.
The question remains same. How much time did she take to do this overall? How much time did she take
Abhishek,
to do this overall?
7 crore की बात बाद में.
5 minutes forward, 5 minutes backward. Overall, Pooja took.
Now try to answer this one.
Right.
It's fine if you find the first method easier. That's perfectly fine.
She took 10 minutes to do this. Right.
Tota Ram sold 1/3 of sugar at 20% profit. At what profit percentage should he sell the remaining sugar to get 25% overall profit?
This starts again. There was action movies, isn't it?
It's not parity. In our city also we have a Totaram Pansari.
That story, everything came to a halt, and now we have realized puja will take 10 minutes.
हाँ, ये लास्ट क्वेश्चन ही है, तब सॉल्व करो तुषार. यस, ये लास्ट क्वेश्चन ही है.
The reality is,
We should live our life in such a way that is the last moment.
it must be same now.
The same way, take it to be the last question.
When we assume that the river is not moving, we got 10 minutes, 10 minutes.
Okay, I can see many of the right answers here. 27.5%.
The cap has moved 1 kilometer. With whose speed? With river speed only. The cap is also moved.
Zafar Hussain, city बाद में बात करेंगे भाई. Now try to answer the question.
Understood?
Okay, average method use किया Sai Ganesh. That's perfectly fine.
And in those 10 minutes, it has moved 1 kilometer. 1 kilometer.
Jitul, take that in positive sense. It means that give your 100% at every moment.
मजा आ गया?
हाँ, good point, Asher. We can assume the value.
Yeah, Shubhadeep.
Okay, let's see now. Let's see now. It says Totaram sold 1/3 of sugar at 20% profit. At what percentage profit should he sell the remaining to get 25% overall? So Asher was saying to take the total cost price to be say 3,000. Let's say total 3,000 cost price ka sugar है. We are having a sugar worth 3,000 in all. Okay, let's assume that no issues in that. So total cost price is 3,000. Now 1/3 of this, that means which was costing 1,000, has been sold at 20% profit. So this 1,000 worth sugar has been sold at 20% profit. So that means that amounts to 1,200 rupees, isn't it? So question is asking the remaining sugar, which is actually worth rupees 2,000, at how much percent profit it should be sold so that overall profit is 25%. That is a simple question. Why 3,000 Mehgoel? You can assume something else. Somebody said 3,000. That's why I have written this 3,000. And see, it should be multiple of 3. That will be easier, no? That's why. If there's any problem with 3,000, it's fine. So 3,000, 1/3 is worth rupees 1,000 and remaining is worth 2,000. So this 1,000 worth sugar has been sold at 20% profit at 1,200. So at what percent profit this second remaining sugar must be sold so that overall profit is 25%. Now overall profit should be 25%. What is 25% of 3,000? It's 750, isn't it? That means overall selling price should be 3,750. Is it fine? Is it fine? Yes, 3 से divisible होना चाहिए ना. That's why we have taken 3,000 or 30 भी ले सकते हो. It's your choice. It's okay. So 3,750 should be the overall selling price. So 1,200 we have got from this first type of sugar, your first part of the sugar. So the remaining selling price of the remaining sugar should be how much? Just subtract. So it will be 2,550, isn't it? That's it. So we just need to calculate that how much profit percent we have got here. So it is 550 divided by 2,000 into 100. I'm sure you can easily calculate this. So these 3 zeros are cancelled and 55 by 2 gives you 27.5%. And most of you have got it correctly. Fine.
When puja was moving upstream,
So the basic purpose was here that we should be able to write it in 1/3 part. That's the only thing. Okay, because all of you have done it perfectly fine. Now this is the last question of the day. This is the last question of the day. Please answer this fast.
is that clear? Is that clear? So look, ये भी देख लो एक बार. तो दोनों logic and mathematics both will combine and you get the idea. Is that clear? Shubhangi, I'm explaining that only. Is that clear? After dropping the cap,
Yes, this is the last question now.
T minus. When puja is traveling here,
And this is certainly last.
traveling back to the bank, yes or no? At this moment, cap must be traveling at speed of r. Is that right? Is that right? Upstream is P minus r only. Rahul. After dropping the cap, 5 minutes.
And this time there are 3 parts.
P minus r and in those 5
1/4 at 20%, half at 40%, and remaining at 30% profit. Find the overall profit of Haldiram.
minutes, when she turned back, now her speed became P plus
This is certainly last.
Puja's speed became P plus r. And the cap was still moving at a speed of r only. Is that right?
Yes, 32.5% is perfectly fine.
Is that right?
Excellent. Exactly similar question and similar way. हाँ, भूख लग रही है बिल्कुल. Question भूख लगने वाला ही है.
In this case,
अच्छा, भुजिया बोला है भुजिया. Okay.
puja and cap are
So 1/4 and half. So again, cost price I would prefer to take to be multiple of 4, right? Let's take it 400 this time.
which means the speed
If 400 was the total cost price, then 1/4 of bhujia, that is
because these two bodies are
worth rupees 100, it has been sold at 20% profit.
they are
That is for 120.
so if I
Half, that is which was worth 200, has been sold at 40% profit. So 40% profit means how much? 80 rupees profit. So that makes it 280. And the remaining means worth rupees 100. It has been sold at 30% profit. So 30% profit means it has been sold at 130 rupees. So overall total selling price, you can simply add them. So 120 and 280 makes it 400 and 530 it is. So goods worth rupees 400 are being sold at 530. Right? So we can easily calculate. So 130 by 400 into 100. I'm using the simple profit percent. Gunjan, वो बोल रही थी मेरा क्वेश्चन नहीं किया. See, I'm using your method only. So just divide it. So 4 3s are 12, 4 2s are 8, 2 is remaining, 4 5s are 20. So 32.5% is the right answer. Many of you have done that perfectly fine. Thank you. So we have done various varieties of questions today. Of course, this is not the end. There are unlimited varieties of questions. So, but please practice and don't do any mistakes. Okay? अरे successive percentage change कहाँ है यहाँ पे जयंती? Successive percentage allegation will be discussed later. We'll be discussing later. I told you in कौन सा topic बताया था मैंने? When we'll be discussing averages ना, after that we'll discuss allegation method. So don't bother about that now. और वो करते हुए भी आपको लगेगा कि ये आसान था, है ना? So don't go for that. हाँ, tension मत लो. Okay, thank you everyone.
No, see, you are involving physics in all your queries. With mathematics, we tend to ignore all the physics part, all the aspects of physics.
Devi 31.25 work नहीं करेगा. That's a wrong answer. So divide correctly. You can get the right answer. Okay, thank you. Radhe Radhe. Sanjana, why consider 130 for profit percentage? 130 कौन सा? अरे बाबा 400 का सामान for 400 worth goods you are selling at 530. So how much profit are you making? Isn't it 130? Sanjana? Thank you everyone.